This is the wrap-up for the live market open for Tuesday, March 8th. It's International Women's Day. The biggest development in markets this morning is the disappointing Chinese trade balance, a collapse in exports, 25%, double the expectations. You can blame the Chinese New Year in February. This is the report for February, but it's not only that. Also, imports fell. January was not much better. Perhaps in March we'll have a bounce, but it doesn't look good. This ruins the otherwise good market mood that we had yesterday. Yesterday we had iron prices leaping almost 20%, oil prices continuing their rise with Brent over $40 and WTI above 38. From the Fed, we had two speakers. Fisher, the hawk, was hawkish, and Brainerd, the dove, was dovish, so no surprises over there. We have other figures, mixed European figures. On one hand, the European Eurozone sentiment missed with only 5.5 points, but this morning, German industrial output beat expectations. Japanese GDP also came out a bit better than expected with a fall of 0.3 instead of 0.4. This is the final figure, so not that critical. Again, the big event was the Chinese trade balance having a big impact on markets. Looking at the charts, beginning from euro-dollar as usual, we had a recovery yesterday, some kind of fall today. Lines to watch are 110.70. I still see that. Also 140 perhaps is becoming important. On the upside, 112.50, and the downside, 109.60 perhaps, providing some support. Yeah, there are lots of tension towards the ECB rate decision on Thursday. Pound dollar, the big event for the morning. Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, testifies around the implications of British exit of the European Union and its implications on the British economy. He'll do some tiptoeing work trying to stay away from politics. I think it's almost impossible that his words will not have any political influence. Anyway, we had a break higher when the mood was better yesterday, above 142.30. So far, cable is holding above this level. It's awaiting Carney. Further support, 141.25, resistance 143. Dollar yen, worse mood in markets this morning because of China, less because of the Japanese figures, sends safe haven flows to the Japanese yen. Some support at 112.80, resistance, well, weak resistance at 114. Very, very choppy trading there. Much more predictable trading with the Canadian dollar, moving alongside the moves in oil prices. Yesterday we fell to a new low around 132.60, but we are back above 133. 133.70 works as resistance, followed by 134.60. Oil prices are back down, or off the boil if you wish. Today we have Canadian housing data that will impact the loonie. Australian dollar is doing the necessary correction after a big rally that began last week. We got close to 75. The fall, I must say, began before the release of the Chinese trade data. A correction was probably necessary here. 74.40, look how nicely it works as resistance, followed by 75. 73.75 is support to the downside. Kiwi dollar also off the boil. 68.20 is resistance. 67.40 is support. Nothing meaningful from New Zealand today, but tomorrow we have a rate decision from New Zealand. We'll do a preview for that tomorrow. Okay, so these are currencies. We already talked about some events for this morning. Carney talks about Brexit, 9:15 GMT, 1:30 GMT Canadian building permits, Australian consumer sentiment at 11:30, and then Australian home loans. The big event for today is the speech by Mark Carney and the echoes of the weak Chinese trade balance, especially the collapse in exports, is the talk of the day. But of course, ongoing tension towards Draghi, ongoing tension towards the EU referendum, all of these events are important. Okay, so that's it for today. I wish everybody who is watching, I must say I don't know who is watching because the chat isn't working. Sorry for the problems with the chat. I believe everything will be all right tomorrow. It's usually quite stable. So thanks everybody for watching. Wish everybody a safe and successful trading day. And we'll be here tomorrow. Let's see what the markets bring us. Okay, so that's it for today. See you. Thank you, and bye-bye.